Ed. This
And
time instead
Claire.
of and Claire's joining me today. And I'm going to be playing Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright. I think I played this years ago, but I have no memory of it. Meanwhile, Claire is a fangirl of it, so this should
So
be
it's one of those
interesting.
like, woo, I love this game.
Yeah. It's like, look, I'm playing a game that isn't Minecraft, and I'm playing with someone else.
What is that?
Okay,
No.
so let's start new game.
Then you just
Let's
hit
just
play this
play the
one.
first one.
Yep. Let's not skip
Episode
ahead here.
1. The first turnabout. Yes.
It's making sure, because you could play any case at one point, so you can just go back.
Achievement.
I like how you gasped when there's legitimately gasping in the game. Looks like
Oh yeah, I
jam.
have none of the game sound on, so if there's
Because,
anything going
copyright.
on here, it won't.
Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this! I've got to find someone to pin this on.
Kind of sucks that
Someone like
it
him.
literally just shows you who it is.
Yeah, I'll make it look like he did it. I mean, this is like the tutorial
Mm-hmm.
case, to be fair. So, but you also have to prove it because you're a lawyer. August 3rd,
Yeah.
9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Law and Order sound effect here.
Boy, am I nervous.
I'm just gonna let you be Phoenix. So that, oh damn it, right? Gotta have to be somebody. It's like, right. There's other people to talk to.
Oh,
Phoenix,
hiya,
right?
Chief.
Phew. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well.
Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor.
A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Mistrial! Sorry.
Yes. Well, since he's defending him, you can know the person you're defending.
Yes, I know. I'm just having fun with
Because
it.
if you're trying to prosecute him, that might be a.
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
Or if you were on the jury, then that would be a very serious problem. Okay, so next. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney.
Well, that's news to me.
I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much.
It's over. My life, everything. It's all over. I have to be very overly dramatic for this. I'm just like, what? Is that your client screaming over
Yeah, it's him.
there? Death, despair. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die.
Yeah.
Nick. The face. Look at
But
it.
hey, hey there, Larry.
Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die.
What? What's wrong, Larry?
Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away?
Person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you.
I mean,
My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlikely sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true.
You're a very young lawyer, sir.
He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do.
Determined.
August
August
3rd.
3rd, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2 again.
Do we ever make it to courtroom number 1?
No, it's off limits. It's under construction.
It'll always be the same judge. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I'm sticking with that voice.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge for your client's sake. I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Deet, deet, deet.
Serious face.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test of that word, your readiness.
Ascertain.
There. It's one of those words that I've heard, but I've never seen written. There it is. Ascertain. Okay. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Hand shaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. It's
Let's see, is it
obviously
Phoenix
Phoenix Wright.
Wright,
I'm defending
Larry
myself, my own
Butts,
honor.
or Mia Fey?
Yeah. So, the defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. At this point in time, the judge realized he had came to the wrong courtroom. He wasn't supposed to be trying some case for some Larry Butts, but let's just play
Oh
it
well.
off and see what happens.
Right.
Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's. Wait. Uh-oh. No, no way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix.
Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name?
Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot temporarily. I.
I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay?
One moment.
Serious face. Blink, blink,
Okay.
blink.
So just have to press tab.
Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Okay. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? So, let's see. Cindy's autopsy.
So,
So it's
we can...
Cindy something. Obviously, Cindy autopsy. Dang it, there's two Cindys. No, there's a
Well,
Cinder. Ha ha! You almost had
Cinder.
me.
Cinder block. Who would name their person? Who would name any brain?
The victim's name is Cindy Stone, Your Honor.
See, I say that, but it's Phoenix, right? Like, universe, so they probably would name somebody Cinder block.
I mean, look at our person who we're defending's name.
Larry Butts, and you're Phoenix, right?
Correct. And this guy, he was named Judge. He doesn't have a
Obviously.
name.
His name
He's
is
not.
just Judge.
Yup.
Mr. Judge.
Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. The judge just, the judge voice kind of flowed into the Phoenix Wright. Please excuse that. Imagine it never happened. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor, because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne,
Yes, Your Honor.
as Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added
Sta-
to
to the
court
court record.
record.
Statue. Statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's very heavy. Right? Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Gavel pounding sound.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. I know it's looking at her,
Chief,
not me.
what do I do now? It's like it was looking at her, so I got confused.
Yeah, like the little tiny square, little blue thing will say
Yeah.
a name. Yeah, it's weird, but that's how it does it. Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Oh boy. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Wait. He didn't. He just. He knows.
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Never. Twitch, twitch. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it. Lies! I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport.
I love how they add the detail of United States of America.
Right?
When this
It's
is
very detailed.
obviously not a American courtroom.
What do you mean? Everything's totally normal in this courtroom. According
Yeah,
to this, she
totally.
was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. Victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7-30, the day before the murder.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? He just like has no clue. Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I
You can actually choose if you want to just wait or stop him from answering entirely.
stop?
Hold it.
My client had no idea the victim was seeing another man. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof.
Wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Gavel banging sound.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Mm. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. I'm not answering the question.
Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Um, don't think I could get away from having him not answer again.
Yeah, we already did it once, and he's being directly answered a question that's important, so.
Yeah. I mean, I could totally see getting away with it in an actual courtroom. Is like because that's directly incriminating my. Yeah, yeah, okay, whatever. Not a real case. Let's go. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth.
Point. Her.
Er,
Yeah, yeah, I was there. I went. Murmur, murmur, murmur. Gavel banging sound.
order. Well, Mr. Butts.
The thing we're really missing is like murmur, 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 and gavel banging sounds.
Yuck.
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so like I didn't see her. No objection in that. All right, that's my objection. Objection. Like in the that's actually what he sounds like when he shouts objection, so that's why I'm sticking with that voice. He actually sounds super nasally, so that's why I'm just
He
doing it
looks
as
super
nasally
nasally.
as I can. Like I'm not judging him based on his appearance, like literally his sound file is that. It's just like, why?
So we're not being the stereotypical ones.
The game is. The game makes all the stereotypes and makes fun of them. That's the whole point. Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Gavel, gavel, gavel.
Order, order, in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
Okay. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Yeah, you see his name? Sawit. Ha, ha,
He saw
ha.
it.
More like Frank did it. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
How does he have money to buy a suit? He sells
Right?
newspapers.
Well, I mean, he was in the lady's house, like, murdering her, so he probably just murders people.
Fair
Alright,
enough.
you get to decide the voice for this one.
Oh yes, newspapers, yes.
I like it.
Mr. Mr. Salt, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Witness testimony. Witness's account.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I
Quailed?
quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right there over there.
Dun dun dun.
Hmm. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawat used was one of those. You can actually see that it's a cordless one. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record. Added to the court record. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
No, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor?
All right, right. That's a hard thing to say. This is it, the real deal.
Shouldn't have been that funny. I should not have laughed at that. What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Essentially, you can flip through the different sections of dialogue and kind of go, oh, okay, this doesn't match the evidence I have here.
I will not be rereading everything, just to
That's
say.
perfectly that's in these situations I agree that we shouldn't have to reread it, just kind of flip through and like
Okay.
think about it. You do have sort of like a lifeline in the upper right-hand corner. You can only get it wrong so many times before you just lose the case, because that's
Yeah.
how this court system works.
Uh, don't. Okay. Time of death between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. Well, that kind of puts something in his little thing because he said it was exactly at 1. So there goes that. Uh,
And the blackout.
okay.
So you could always flip through to the point where he says what time he remembers and
So
make
maybe.
sure. And you can go back. So if you get to the end of what he says, you'll be able to flip back through it again. So you're fine. Just thinking like that fast forward sound effect you get whenever people talk.
How do I? Where's the objection?
Okay, now you do the present.
So the because
Yep, tab.
Q press.
Tab present.
Oh, tab.
Press comes into effect later, and then you pick whatever it is, and it says present right there. I think it's E.
Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
Smug face.
Yeah. Oh, that.
Objection. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. Judge is like, nah.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saw it. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Dun, dun, dun.
Wait, I remember now.
I had time enough to think of a lie.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
So, not normal court. Let's just make a new testimony because we fucked up the last one. Whoops. The time of discovery.
Yes. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do.
I've
I've
got
got this.
this one.
Oh, that's not me.
Jinx.
I don't have that one. Cross-examination time.
Can I go? No, I can't go into that just yet.
Nope, you have to wait till you click through, and then you can look at stuff
I
again.
heard the time. Okay, let's see. Maybe. Can you look at this?
Nope. Sure can't. Just seems to be a statue.
Doesn't
Really
it
heavy.
say the time? Oh, well, since she came back from Paris. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Well, let's
Okay.
go through it.
Yeah, go through the whole statement and let's see what else. What else is important here.
It's so weird that escape is not like exit. You literally have to push backspace. It is so weird.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, like I said, it was built for the
Time,
DS.
it was probably coming from the
Now,
television.
now he's saying it's coming from the
Oh,
television.
okay, go back. Okay,
That's
gotcha.
that's
Gotcha.
very odd considering that
Yeah,
there was a
there's.
blackout.
Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. Uh, you couldn't have heard a telephone or a video. Gah! The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Uh, ah! Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear the accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught. Uh, my apologies, Your Honor. I've just given up on any accent for him. It's going all over the place. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Let's try this again.
More lies coming your way.
Hearing the time.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. There's no accent there whatsoever. I didn't even think to. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly.
All right, now.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table
So
clock in the apartment, wasn't
okay,
there?
okay, all right, that's sure. Yeah, I'm sure there's table clocks.
Yeah, the
Wait,
murder weapon. The killer used
wait,
it on the victim.
wait. Don't we know what the murder weapon is?
Let's throw this at him. Wait just a
This looks like a
moment.
statue,
The
not a
murder
clock.
weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is that supposed to be a clock? What you wouldn't you with your objections and your evidence, just
Like
who
how
do you
very
think
quickly.
you are? Just answer the
Evidence.
question, Mr. Solid. Hey, I saw it. Done. Done. I saw it there. Okay, that's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes, Mr. Payne.
as the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Yeah. How did he know it was a clock?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a friggin' statue to me.
Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way we could
Words.
have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because uh, I'd imagine that he knew the victim.
But how would he have known the victim if he's just a newspaper seller?
I doubt he's a newspaper seller. He's probably one of those sugar daddies.
I mean, I guess that's a nice assumption.
Hmm.
Or he could have just been selling newspapers and like walked into her apartment.
Fair enough. Tell me, isn't it true that you knew the victim? In fact, you are one of her sugar
See?
daddies. Be
That's
frank with me, Mr. Solid. Frank? I'm always Frank.
because that's his name. Stupid. Your Honor. Payne's not having it. He's just like, we have complete records of the victim's relationships. Mr. Frank Saw It does not appear anywhere because it's probably not his real name. I mean,
Huh.
seriously.
Oh, really? Please, Mr. Wright, is huh the best response you can muster up? Try to refrain from making off the cuff accusations in the future. Yes, Your Honor, let me think this over. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment, I guess. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh, yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. What was the sound you heard? That was
Murmur, murmur, murmur.
order in
Gavel
the
sound.
court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor.
Dramatic scene.
Mr. Saw It. The sound must have left an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
Objection! What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Everything's baseless conjecture.
I mean, the guy changed his testimony like freaking 3 times. All right, like, come on, dude.
Faceless? Just look at the witness's face. The girl. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard no, I mean, I saw, look, ah!
Throws the toupee at my face.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you! It was him! I tell you, it was him! He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death!
Murmur, murmur, murmur,
If
murmur.
he's wearing a
Gavel down.
toupee, what else is he lying about?
Hiding.
Order in the court, I say! Where did you get your toupee?
Looks pretty convincing. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I had better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply examine the clock's batteries. Try sounding the clock.
Well, batteries could be dead or missing, but then again, I mean, if we sound the clock, I mean, the neighbors might not have been home considering a murder frickin' happened.
Yeah.
They didn't even hear it, so I feel like not that one.
So we'll try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep.
Beep.
I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thanker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusion, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25. Ah!
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what
Discrepancy.
Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death.
Today's word on Sesame Street
So,
is
Mr.
discrepancy.
Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one.
Yeah, you want to give us a fourth testimony, man?
You forget one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. I was so close. Mr. Wright, It seems you lack this critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you in
Indict.
the
Indict.
witness. Unfortunately,
Gavel sound.
this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Grr. Sorry,
Grr.
Larry. I failed you. I kind of just read that last line in my head without saying it out loud. There's nothing I can do about it now.
I mean, it's his thoughts. I mean, I understand, but
Not true.
not so fast, Mr. Sot. Surprise faces.
Maya? I mean, Chief?
Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But I did it again. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right?
Right, right.
How to right. Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Yes,
Obviously.
yes, I can. Wait! Maybe I can prove it.
You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
You say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support your claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the courtroom that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Huh? Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. And that would probably be the passport. Since she was in Paris and apparently it's 3 hours slower than wherever they are. Wait a minute.
You'll understand.
Well, no. I'm more of it's in the United States of America, but if it's 3 hours slower, that means
You'll understand. I don't know time zones, but still.
it'd be 3 hours faster if it was in the States.
Or, wait. The game to explain.
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is
Oh,
9 hours.
9,
Okay,
yeah.
9 hours.
Hmm.
When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. Okay, yeah, fair enough. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Told you.
Yes.
Foams out the mouth, dies.
Die. You killed him, right? You are now the,
Gavel, gavel, gavel. I mean, to be fair, it's like
order? Order, I say?
because the guy gets rabies in the middle of like the freaking testimony, it's fine.
Don't worry, we're taking him to get several injections into the abdomen, just to be
Yeah, he's
safe.
already. If he's foaming at the mouth, he's already dead. It's fine.
Fair enough. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
he, er, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. It's one of those awkward.
Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
Ready for it? Not
not guilty.
guilty. And confetti in the courtroom.
Hooray!
Woo, woo, woo.
And
Gavel
with
sound.
that, this court is adjourned.
Favorite thing to do is just shout confetti in the courtroom.
It turns out that Frank Sowett was a common burglar. He
That's how I
posed as
afforded
a
a suit.
newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sowett let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sowett grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. And he was an idiot for calling the cops himself.
Right.
There would have been nothing linking him to the crime.
August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Dun, dun.
Phew. I still can't believe we won.
Right. Good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If he's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over.
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait. No, I mean bad. Bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was a never mind.
Not gonna say that out loud. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Larry Butts.
Thanks. I really owe you one. He's all happy again. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't.
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. Present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Like, serious face. Can you believe it? So into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? I love how he's
Larry?
very back and forth. I think he's like bipolar. Are you so sure? Excuse me? Who says that? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. It's okay?
It's okay.
Oh, I'm not sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Haha. Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about?
Well, let's see.
The clock that he made for her and she kept, maybe?
And carried it with her to frickin' Paris?
Yeah. I
Because it
mean,
had a
be it
different
apparently it's
time
rather
on it?
heavy, so she could have used it for a weapon if she needed to defend herself, but I
Still, I
will
mean, that's a
tell him
lot.
that.
That's a lot to
Take
pack.
that! Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? What about that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry, and she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever. She probably just needed a clock. That's all.
You think so? So it's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really? I am? Thanks.
You originally asked us just because you thought we were new and you're going to get a guilty verdict of death. We know what's up. Hope that made him feel a little better.
I'm probably super depressed because she actually cared about him and now she's dead.
Yeah,
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent, unless they tell you. All we can do is believe in them. Like if they tell you, I did it, then you're like, well, crap. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right?
correct.
Left. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never.
Never.
Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah, part at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Ooh.
Brown chicken, brown cow. And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us unless you count the clock he gave Maya. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about the me and Larry would be one promise that I be wouldn't be able to keep.
Dun dun dun! The end. It's the end of the first case. So that's the tutorial. Brand new episode has been added.
Yeah. Okay, so that was what we planned to play today. We'll try whenever we have time at the same time to play again together. We'll do another episode. Just be on the lookout. I will be uploading this onto YouTube as well, so if you come across it, you can watch it there. Or if you, I'll mention it in later videos. If you come across a later episode and want to watch the first ones, you can go back and watch it. But thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed. Any words, Claire?
Play Phoenix Wright, enjoy the game, or watch us play it. It's good times. Not sponsored, but I
Not
had a good
sponsored at
time.
all.
We'll probably, check you out again, and we'll be here. You know.
And hopefully next time I can actually manage to keep the voices going for more than 3 lines.
I will offer to be the opposing prosecutor again, only so you don't have to talk to yourself so much, which is why I liked being Payne. So, yeah, if there's any voices that we're somehow doing wrong, totally let me know. I'll see what I can do, but I can only do so much here. I'll try being any of the girl characters just to make life easier.
Yup. Me
There's so
just
many
doing a
guy
high pitched
characters.
voice is just not going to come out.
I mean, I'm gonna have to do a couple of low pitched voices so you don't have to talk to yourself too much, but still.
Okay, what? Thanks again for watching, and hope to do some more stuff for y'all later.
Yeah, catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.